right, folks, another day, another 250-mile commute down to the Gulf Coast. So it's way too nice to stay in Tuscaloosa today. The high temperature is going to be 80 degrees. So we're getting on the road, 3 o'clock in the morning over here. Got about a 5-hour drive ahead of us, but conditions are going to be beautiful to fish on the beach this morning. So I'll catch you guys there. All right, there we go. Final stop for our little commute this morning. Just got all the tackle I needed. Very relieved since last time I was down here, the tackle shop was pretty much out of everything, but that was Easter weekend, so got plenty of bait today, rigs, weights. Dare I say we might be dialed for this surf pompano bite we're trying to get on today, so let's go over to the beach. Well, good morning, folks. Finally made it out here to the beach. Just walked about a mile from the parking lot. It is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day here on the Panhandle. We've got bright sunny skies, a flat ocean, very, very clear Gulf water, and a high temperature of almost 80 degrees. So I'm soaked. I just did that 5-hour drive from Tuscaloosa. A little bit tired, but definitely worth it. So 2 weeks ago, I took a trip down here, my first ever trip to the Florida Gulf Coast down here to Navarre Beach, Florida. It was my first time ever surf fishing the Gulf of Mexico over here. And again, I really had no idea what I was doing. My target the first day was Pompano. Thankfully, I ended up catching one 11-inch Pompano, barely keeper, that I did a little catch and cook with, but that was my only bite of the entire day. And the next day wasn't much better, with me only landing one red drum. So today we're out here way earlier than I got down here last trip. It's 8:30 in the morning right now. We're a little more dialed on what we have to do in terms of techniques. We already got our bait, and it's also later in the Pompano season, so we have a better chance on getting on some bites. So conditions are beautiful. Without further ado, let's get all rigged up, get some lines in the water, and enjoy this beautiful Florida Panhandle day. So we brought several rods out here today, ranging from 8 foot all the way up to 11 foot, because as you can see, that second sandbar out there is pretty far out, probably 100 yards or so. So really need a heavy duty rod, a long rod, to be able to cast your baits out there. Even though the pompano aren't that big, you need some heavier tackle just to get your baits out to where those fish can be lurking. So first setup we're gonna cast out today is our 3500 pen slammer on an 8-foot Tsunami Trophy 2. All right, so digging into the cooler over here, picked up a couple different types of baits today. We got ourselves some frozen shrimp, which is what we caught our fish on last time. Looks like there's a little bit of some squid in there too. And we also picked ourselves up some frozen sand fleas fresh from the tackle shop. So for our first bait right here, we're gonna start off by casting out these sand fleas. Then we'll tip those baits with a little bit of this Fishgum that we were given last time I was out here fishing the beach. Shout out to Fishgum himself for dropping this little pack off. And we're gonna bomb this one out as far as we can. Water's not too warm, but air temp's like 75 right now. Water temp's probably around 70 degrees or so as well. We're just gonna nuke this bad boy out there. Hopefully into the Pompano 2 zone. All right, there we go, first rod's out. Keeping that drag loose because you never know what'll swim by. We're trying to catch some Pompano today, but we also could run into some redfish, black drum, jacks, literally anything. I was flying the drone around earlier and saw a whole bunch of fish all over the beach. So target species is Pompano, but you never know what you can catch out here on the Gulf Coast. Let's get some more rods out in the water. And on this setup here, we're gonna throw on some shrimp. Just gonna cut these pieces into maybe 3/4 of an inch. Little bite-sized pieces for these Pompano. Thread that on the hook over here. And we'll tip that with a really small piece of Fishgum as well, just so that shrimp stays on when we cast it out. And this is a pretty identical rig to what we just casted out, except for the fact we have some smaller hooks over here. Second rod baited up, let's go cast it out in the surf. All right, and there we go. Our third setup, another high-low rig right here. This time we got some little pink and white floats. Just trying to mix up the rigging out here. Because this pompano fishing is a lot of experimentation, seeing what rig, what bait, how far out these fish are gonna bite, until we can hopefully pattern these fish out. So fishing this on our 3500 Penn Slammer 3 and 11-foot Tsunami Airwave. By far the longest setup of the spread, so let's bomb her out there. Oh, there's somebody's rig right here. Check that out. Well, we can use this for later, I guess. Make sure I put that somewhere I can find it. So it looks like we're not doing anything too wrong. Someone's fishing with pretty much the same exact Fishgum I am. There we go. Bang. That's got to be the Pompano zone right there. Here's the wave zone. Damn. Boom. All right, so there we go, folks. We put our 3-rod spread out here off the beach. We got our 8-foot rod, 9.5-foot rod, and 11-foot rod, all staggered at different distances off the first sandbar here, and all fishing different baits. So hopefully one of these rods get bit by a pompano, then we can dial in on the exact pattern. We've got beautiful conditions out here today. I think we picked a decent spot along the beach, and we've got an incoming tide till about 3 o'clock. So hopefully the stars align for us to get on a decent pompano bite out here off the beach. Again, I'm really new to this type of fishing, and my best day ever off the beach has only been one pompano so far. So if we can top that, that'd be a pretty sweet day. As for now, I'm gonna sit back and relax in the sun. And speaking of the sun, I think now is a perfect time to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Nectar Sunglasses. I've been wearing Nectar sunglasses for about the past 2 or 3 years, and have no complaints at all. They're a very budget-friendly sunglass without sacrificing quality. And my favorite part about these glasses, besides the wide variety of styles they have, is the polarization. I can see so much off the beach right here right now. And if we had a school of big jacks or redfish moving, for instance, I fully trust these sunglasses would be able to help me point them out and hopefully put the fish on the sand. So shout out to Nectar for sponsoring this video. You guys can use code DillonFish to save 15% off your order. And I'll put a little link below where you guys can check out Nectar. They have a wide variety of products, plenty of styles to choose from. And yeah, you guys can support me by supporting the companies that support me. So I appreciate all your support. With that being said, let's sit back on our beach chair, enjoy the sun, and wait for our first bite of the day. Stay tuned. Yoo! I don't know what those are right there, but there's a whole bunch of big fish moving right in front of me. And of course, I'm just not rigged up. Those might be reds. We've got one extra rod here that's not in the water. I'm gonna see if I can get ready in this short bit of time. I have no idea what those are. Those are big fish. But this is exactly why you should keep a rod ready, which I did not do. I was gonna cast out this 4th rod, but no need really. See what kind of baits we got going on in our tackle bag over here. Not the ideal setup, but could potentially get bit. Where'd they go? Right in front of me here. From pompano fishing to chasing out whatever big school of fish this is over here. Oh, they're moving offshore. Can't reach them, damn. I'm fishing this on a Shimano bait runner, an 8-foot Tika Dolphin Surf. Not the ideal setup for sight casting, whatever these guys are, but. Oh, those are big old redfish, right? Need to get more towards the middle of the school. Sorry, Pompano, you guys gotta wait. What are these fish? There we go, we're on. Got one. Got somebody. Whatever these things are. Big fish. What? What is that, dude? I think it's a red, right? On a freaking Pompano rod. No, he's getting followed by a whole bunch more of his friends. Oh, look at the school. Look at the school of them. Oh, it's redfish. So many redfish. This is so freaking cool, dude. On the freaking voodoo shrimp. Yeah, little puppy red. Actually, that's a nice sized redfish. Not a bad size red at all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at that, baby. Boom. On the freaking voodoo shrimp. That is a beautiful redfish right there off the beach. Let's cast back out there and get another one. Look at that guy. Ah. All right, there he goes. Oh, ugly release, but he's gone. Let's get our cast out there. Well, that was a pretty fun surprise for our first fish of the day. I knew it was a possibility when I was getting packed up. I took off all my Van stalls, switched out all my surf casting gear for some more bait fishing gear, fully knowing there was a possibility that we run into a school of jacks. Did not really think we were gonna run into redfish, but yeah, first hour of fishing, had a decent sized school of redfish, probably 100 fish in that school or so. Fish, they looked like they were anywhere from upper 20 to upper 30-inch fish, just roam literally within the first break of the beach. So was able to pick up one on the artificial voodoo shrimp, just kind of on a Hail Mary cast. And then after that fish, they really started shying away and had a little bit more offshore. So gonna keep my eyes peeled rest of the day, see if we have any more schools of fish move through. As for now, gonna settle back in, wait for our Pompano bites if they come through. So stay tuned. At least we got the heart rate up early this morning. It looked like a bite right there, but it didn't get snapped off. I don't know what the heck just happened. That was a bite, right? Yeah. There's a fish. Something pretty freaking heavy. There's no way. What is this, dude? Giant bite off the beach. There's no way this is a sport fish. Feels very stingray-esque almost. It's just not moving. Probably a big old stingray, I'm assuming. Oh, that's a monster ray that I do not want to deal with, bro. This is on the shrimp and Fishgum, I believe. I just spat the hook on me. Huh. Looks like a giant stingray right there, right? Yeah, all right, well. Had to recheck our baits anyway. Whew. Getting bit by everything except Pompano out here so far. Whew, that was a giant stingray. I don't even think he was hooked because he did not fight. Just kind of, I don't know, what, he bend the hook out? Yeah, I guess he bent the hook out. Huh. Nope, it's got another bait out there. There's a bite all the way at the end. All the way at the end, I think that was a bite. Ah, ah. Just please still be there. That was definitely a bite. Line slack, that was a bite. Come on, be on the end of the line. Got him, got him. We're on. Whew. All right, first bite on the bait. Does not feel too big. This is an 11-foot rod with a 3,500 pen slammer on there. I just recasted this rod a couple minutes ago. Feels and looks Pompano-esque. Is that a Pompano? Is that a surf pomp, baby? This guy was way out there. Is that a surf pomp? That is. It's a pompano. Come on. Well, it's a big pompano too. That's a nice pompano, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, buddy. That'll absolutely do right there, folks. All right, let's measure this guy, see how big he actually is. Only pompano I caught last trip was 11 inches, which is a keeper down here. This guy is way bigger than he was. All right. Hit the top hook, which is a shrimp head and a fish bite. Interesting. Definitely put that bait back out there. Let's see how big this guy is. 0, you measure him to the fork of the tail. 13 inches. Nice fish. Beautiful little pompano right there, folks. Yes, sir. All right, bang, there we go, folks. First pompano of the day is a beautiful, a beautiful 13-incher right there. This guy is 2 inches bigger than keeper size. Gonna taste absolutely delicious either later today or tomorrow. So I just recast the 11-foot rod out as far as I could out in some deeper water after I moved all the rods down maybe 20-30 feet or so. And that guy did not take long to bite. Bit on a shrimp head and a fish bite. So since that worked, I'm gonna try to cast out as far as I can, see if those fish are hanging out a little bit deeper, and also gonna be utilizing those shrimp heads and fish bites. So there we go. First pompano of the day. We can keep 6 here in Florida at 11 inches. So 1 down. I'd love to get 5 more, but let's see if we can't get a couple more off the beach. 2 hours till high tide. I got a good feeling about the rest of the afternoon here. Yes, sir. Yo! We've been pompano fishing for about 3 hours now, and that's the first bite we've had. That wasn't a stingray, so. Definitely glad I removed the rods down a little bit and decided to switch up the baits. That's all pompano fishing is. Water feels so good. It is so nice to fish down here. There we go. All right. Long distance rod is casted back out. Let's get this bad boy to shore and see if we can't catch some more pomps. Looked over and watched this rod get dumped. I think I might have got snapped off. Oh no, we're on. Someone's on there. What the heck just hit this thing? Somebody's on. What just smacked this bait? Is it a pompano? There's no way it's a pompano. Do we even have a fish? We have something on there. Oh my God, I just looked up from my phone. This rod was just getting wrecked. Somebody's on here. Yeah, it's a little pompano, no way. Wow, that guy smoked it. Oh my God. Oh, I thought it was doubled up for a second with the reflection. That's not a bad pompano. All right, they're still here, and that might be a bigger one than what we caught earlier. On the Fishgum, that's all he was on. I haven't rebaited this rod in over an hour. Beautiful fish. And there we are. That is a very respectable sized pompano off the beach, especially for a pompano googan like me. Well, my second time ever down here on the Gulf Coast. I will take that 14-incher all day. I'm not sure how big these guys got. I think a really big size one is like 16, 18 inches here off the beach. That is a beautiful fish. I was just starting to lose hope. That sun is getting a little bit low. It's around 5 o'clock right now, and it has been a very slow bite so far today. This is literally our second pompano in about 7.5 hours of fishing. So either way, it's a beautiful fish. We're gonna bleed him out, throw him in the cooler with the other one. We'll get some delicious fillets off this plump guy. And that fish, believe it or not, bit on the Fishgum with no bait on it. I casted that guy out about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's 5:15 right now. So I'll put some Fishgum back on that rod, cast it out, and I'll check these rods while I'm at it. We're fishing some sand flea and some shrimp here. So there we go, another pompano bites the dust. Not a red hot bite today, but definitely some decent sized fish for a Gulf Coast googan like me. All right, folks, and that's gonna be a wrap for this video here. Ending today where we started off this morning. In the truck, another Alabama day trip in the books. Hit the road at 3:30 this morning. Now it's 7 p.m. as that sun is setting. So we gave it our all today out there on the water, folks, fishing the Panhandle for my second time ever, my first time ever just a couple weeks ago, as I keep reiterating. But even though today was pretty slow overall, I'm definitely gonna mark that as a success in my book. I mean, in one day, we caught more fish than we did the entire last weekend I was down here. So I was able to get two really nice sized Pompano, a 14 and 13 incher, which are gonna taste absolutely delicious when I fillet those up later today or tonight, around midnight probably when I get back home. And also was able to catch a random, probably low 30-inch redfish as the school kind of swam by. So that's one thing I definitely have to be more prepared for next time I come down here, is having a pitch rod ready to cast, a plug, a spook, anything out there at those schools that are passing by. Because I didn't just see that one school and flying that drone around, I saw a whole bunch of fish activity just right beyond the break. So I really do love fishing the Gulf Coast down here. Even though University of Alabama is 5 hours away, for me this is a day trip, and I'll be back home, sleep in my bed in Tuscaloosa later today. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Slowly trying to learn the fishery down here on the Gulf Coast, and well, stay tuned for the next episode. And also, while we're at it, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Nectar Sunglasses. Again, you guys can support me by supporting the companies that support me. I'll put a little link in the description below to check their products out. And you can also use code DillonFish to save 15% off your order. So with that being said, thank you folks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.